Hey, this is Amy Rhodes.
Hey, this is Lorelai Rhodes.
And when we're not making Mickey-shaped Christmas cookies, we love to go geekin' on
Walt Disney World
with Kurt and the whole Geekin family.
Hey Disney World geeks, Curtis Stone here. It's a new year. Welcome to episode 377 of the Geekin on Walt Disney World podcast. This week, Elise Riggle shares her trip with her teenage sons. They go to Universal Studios and Disney World. She does a great job describing several restaurants and snacks. And I want to just remind you guys, if you're new to the podcast, that over 6 years ago, I started the podcast with my daughter, Lindsay. We started talking about our Disney World trips, and then we began to bring on lots of you Disney geeks to tell your trip stories. I've been so amazed of a lot of things about the podcast, but mostly how positive and caring and generous our listeners are. We try to keep this as a family-oriented podcast. I love how the listeners started calling me the Podfather, and I love the family atmosphere we have here. Come join us in our private Facebook group where we meet every single day, and listeners come there and they tell their stories, show their pictures, ask questions, get answers to questions, and we've just been building some great, amazing relationships with our listeners. So come join the Geekin family. I'm so glad you're here listening to our show. We are independent Disney authorized travel agents also with Fairy Tale Concierge. And I've got Mama and Auntie Judy. I'm so glad we started this segment called Traveling Tips with the Traveling Tiaras. And here they are, their first tips for the new year. All right, it's a new year. Time for new tips with Traveling Tips and the Traveling Tiaras. Happy New Year, Traveling Tiaras.
Happy New Year. Happy New Year to all the geeks.
Happy New Year, everybody.
Actually, I want to shout out to Tony Ann and Dave Youngward. Did I say it right?
Youngward.
Youngward. Because I've been reading their posts over the past week or so. I mean, I read them all the time, but they've just been really hysterical on the Disney Crusher group. And they're just really funny, and you got to go check them out if you haven't already. So, hey, guys, love you.
Oh. Shout out.
Tony Ann just posted a crazy idea for Disney when we go down in February, some kind of crazy scavenger hunt to look for all the food that people left over on the roof.
Really make me smile every day. I see something.
Yeah, it looks neat, Tony Ann.
Yeah.
The next thing you know, my traveling tiaras will be wearing Disney Crush t-shirts.
We just may get one for the trip. Yeah, that's a possibility.
I gotta get myself one. All right, that's awesome. Well, I've got a couple.
Happy New Year from Baby Grogu.
Judy's got a baby with her.
Yeah.
Looks like a child.
I get the child.
Very. Judy's got a lot of new toys from Christmas. I know we had some fun this weekend. We were over at Judy's house, came up for pizza, and I'm about you. Well, the gift finally came in. I guess the shipping was tough.
Apple Home Pod. Well, I don't know what it's called. It's a little round Home Pod
Mini.
Home Pod Mini that you can tell what to do. And now Curtis can turn off the lights in my house from his house.
We were just playing around. I turned off Judy's light with the Hey Siri. I won't do it now.
Hey Siri, turn off Kurt's light.
No, yeah. I'm not using Siri. I have a different brand.
No,
I think he's got Alexa, Judy.
I have my headphones on, though. She's not going to hear you. Tell Grogu to be quiet. We got to do tips with the traveling tiaras. Well, I want to do a shout out.
Control him.
What?
I can't control him.
He's out of control, is he?
Yeah, he is.
I understand.
Oh, no.
I think
he's done now.
Is he eating all your eggs, Judy?
Yes, he is.
You got to watch him.
Don't give him to the Mandalorian sitting across from you over there.
Yeah.
I finally finished The Mandalorian. Now, I'm so proud of my geeks not to spoil it for me too. That must have
Don't
been.
spoil it. There might be geeks that haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, I'm not going to try to spoil it either. But yeah, if everyone is correct, it is pretty awesome. I have really enjoyed first and second season. I did a lot of Disney Plus this weekend. I also watched a movie called Safety, which I love Disney's sports movies. I love sports. And they have some really great sports movies, but the brand new one's out called Safety. Go check that one out too if you haven't. We were over Judy's watching Animal Kingdom, and there are a lot of babies on the Animal Kingdom show, which is kind of fun.
Yeah.
And the way
Totally
that
mesmerizing.
the way they take care of the babies there. Well, I got to give a shout out, talking about happy birthday, to Deirdre Watts. Thanks for the card and little gift. Not little, but thank you, Deirdre. We love you so much.
She's so awesome. Love you, Deirdre.
Happy birthday, Deirdre. On a New Year's Eve, you're a New Year's Eve baby.
She is.
That's awesome. So big shout out to Deirdre, and another AJ is going to be a grandmother this month.
That's right.
AJ.
Shout out to AJ. She left a
shout out. Lots of love.
I like to take a look at our private Facebook group throughout that we've been looking at. There's some, I don't know. Of course I can't look at the whole week. It would take me quite a long time to scroll through all that, but I look for little things for shout outs and for questions. So I got a couple questions for you guys. You ready?
Ready.
We are ready.
Elise Riggle is actually featured on this week's podcast. Hello, Elise. I think she's...
Hi, Elise.
Yeah,
Hi, Elise.
She's a big fan of our show, too. You'll hear that during the show. She said, did anyone else wake up this morning thinking, yes, park hopping is back? A big exclamation point.
Yes, it is.
I know for us geeks, maybe that's being Mr. Obvious, that we all know that. I'm not sure everyone knows that. So I just want to make sure everyone knows park hopping is back this year. So geeks and tiaras, what is the park hopping? Do you recommend it? What do you like? What do you do when you park hop?
It's not full-fledged 100% park hopping like we used to have it, but it's still something. It's moving in the right direction, right, Judy?
Yep. You can still hop, but you have to wait until about around 2:00 in the afternoon. And then you have to check and make sure your park's available.
Okay.
They say that it's going to be on the app, or it is on the app, on the My Disney Experience app. So check that out. You can also hop more than once. It's definitely a great thing to do. People want to know if it's going to be good for dining. And I'm not so sure about that yet. I mean, I would definitely try it. But if the park that you want to go to isn't available, you might have just lost your dining reservation. You know what I'm saying? That's a 50-50.
I'm looking on the app right now to see if I can find something that allows you to park hop. I'll let you know if I find it. It's hard to tell. Maybe you have to be in the park in order for it to show up on your app.
You have to have a park hopping ticket in order for that to work, too.
Yes, you do.
They're scanning you when you want to get to the next park. They scan you to make sure you have a park hopper and that you have already checked into your first park before you can do your second park.
And you got to pay for that extra, right?
Yes, you do. And the other thing about the park hopping is, like Margita said, you can go to any park after you go to the first one. You could go to all four in the same day if you wanted. The only caveat is at Hollywood Studios, if you hop over, you cannot make a reservation for Rise of the Resistance if it's your second park. It has to be the first park that you've made your reservation at.
Yeah. In other words, you still got to do the 7 a.m. thing from your room too.
Yeah, and you can't do you can't do the 1 a.m. either. You have to have made Hollywood Studios as your park reservation to do either the 7 or the 1. Mm-hmm. If you hop over, you can't make a reservation for Rise.
You're disqualified.
What's 1 a.m.?
1 p.m.
Yeah. All right.
Not 1 a.m. Sorry.
1 a.m.? I didn't even notice. Yeah. I don't know. I didn't.
Yes, really you did. So, Margie, I don't know. I was looking at going 1 a.m.
Well,
that's possible. Disney.
You can hope.
Do you like to park hop?
I like to park hop. Yeah.
What's a good example of good use of a park hop?
A good use? Do you need an excuse? I mean, God, sometimes you're thirsty for a special drink and you want to go. Right? Is that a good excuse?
Or I remember one time we were having dinner at Boma, And it was, I don't know, 5:00. And we said, let's go over and see Fantasmic. So we did.
Even though we were at a different park during the day.
Even though we were, we had been at Animal Kingdom, and we decided at the last minute, and we were able to get a fast pass to get a good seat, and off we went.
Oh, absolutely. The nighttime shows is a great excuse for a dinner, like you said.
Yep.
Well,
you never need an excuse for a World Showcase.
Thing, like I said, I don't know if that's going to be a really 100% guaranteed thing. They don't guarantee you'll get your reservation if you park hop. Disney has not said that.
Right.
That just because you have a dining reservation, you're going to get into that park. No.
Nope.
Oh.
And what's
you got to check for availability and make sure the park you want to go to is still open for reservations. But you don't need a reservation to hop. You just go. Go. I think the easiest one to hop into would probably be Epcot if you were going to do a dinner.
Yeah,
make a reservation for dinner. We're going to try that at G3. We're going to be in, I think, the Magic Kingdom, and then we're going to hop over and try to have dinner at Garden Grill. Mm-hmm. So we'll see if that works.
Although for G3, I was excited that there was no park hopping because I was feeling pretty good. Most geeks will be in the same park all day. Hopefully that'll still be the truth because we're planning it that way.
Yeah, I think pretty much.
Yeah, especially because the parks won't be open late. So it kind of, if you're going to, why would you park hop from any place to Animal Kingdom, if they're closing at 5 every night? You know what I mean? Yeah. I think you're okay with a base ticket. If you got a base ticket, you're fine.
I think you'll be good.
It's a positive move in the right direction. Are they doing, they're not selling annual passes though, right?
Nope, but they are renewing them.
You can renew at this point.
Okay.
But you can't sell. You can't buy a new one.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right. I got another question this was in our private Facebook. If you're not there, get into the private Facebook group. Marissa Mars, another good friend of the podcast, comes on our Zoom calls a lot too, which we're doing that weekly. Marissa. She was showing a picture of her charcuterie board from New Year's Eve.
I saw that.
She made at home.
It looked good.
Charcuterie boards, I think that is something made famous by Disney World. I've had some listeners say, I didn't even know what one was until I listened to the podcast. And we rave about them all the time. Do you guys, can you think of a place that is a great place to get a charcuterie board in Disney World? One of your favorites?
Well, I have one. I have one that probably will be scoffed at, but we had the charcuterie board at Olga's, and a lot of people don't like it, but I thought it was really good. I enjoyed it.
It was really weird and really good.
But it was good. It was really good.
Good in a taste-wise or in a geek way?
In a taste-wise. I thought everything was very tasty.
It's very foreign, isn't it?
It is, but it's fun to try little bites of different things that you might not order and normally eat.
Yeah.
I know we're just a big fan of a lounge, a snack at a lounge, and a charcuterie board just seems to fit the bill so perfectly.
Yeah. Yeah, I think most of the places that you can, maybe I shouldn't say most, but a lot of places offer them. I'll tell you, the one that I enjoyed a lot, which I don't believe the lounge is open right now because I think it's just one of these places that's closed. It's in the Wilderness Lodge.
I knew you were going to say that.
I was thinking, you just read my mind too. I don't know why.
Yep. It was delicious. It had the honeycomb on there. It had all the meats, and it was so good. And they make nice chips over there.
Great.
That's not open now. But when that opens, geeks, I recommend that one. That was a favorite of mine.
I wonder if it was the drinks, you guys. You guys got pretty happy in that lounge, if I recall.
We did.
Properly. I think you were doing trips. You were booking trips or doing quotes.
We were. Someone had contacted us. Yeah.
Did somebody fall down or something, knock something over one time?
I don't think Judy was there at that point. That might have been
like knocked over something.
That was some dude that had. I think it was Lindsay and I were there together because I don't remember if you were even there, Kurt.
Oh, okay.
Does it sound familiar to you?
No, I don't know. It could be a story I heard.
You might have been there too, actually. But it was this guy who had come in dressed to the nines, Mr. Dapper Dan, from head to toe with the 3-piece suit, the shiny shoes, the jewelry, the whole thing going on, and he's at a table by himself, and I'm not going to be able to get it out.
Go ahead.
Well, he was sitting by himself, and just Mr. I don't know what he was.
Perfect.
He was like that.
Joe
not
Cool.
Mr. Perfect,
Joe
but
Cool.
Mr.
Yeah.
Mr. The everything, and. I know, I'm so bad at telling stories when I gotta laugh like this, but so there he was, and he got a phone call, and he went to answer his phone and stand up, and somehow he tripped on the table. And his drinks went flying.
Everything went flying.
Food went flying, and everything was all over the place, and the look on his face was like Mr. Perfect, his cover was blown. It was just so, I don't know, the whole irony of the situation, the perfect man, GQ,
Nice.
and here he was in a pile of food and drinks, and it just hit me,
All right. I don't remember what the question was, but that was funny. No, that was the Territory Lounge. I was trying to think of the name.
Yes. Yeah. So.
That is a good one. I like, we talk about Jock Lindsay's all the time. I don't know, is that they got a charcuterie board? They got that pretzel thing too.
Oh yeah, they did.
Yeah.
It was like a big. It was a big pretzel.
That wasn't a
and they had all
charcuterie, but
different.
it was.
Yeah. They had all different kinds of things with the pretzel. That
Yeah.
was so good.
Good snacks there. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
But nobody tripped on the table and knocked their drinks and food everywhere at the,
Oh man.
at the Jock Lindsay's.
No.
All right.
Don't put that in, okay?
No, he's going to leave it in.
No.
I know.
He always does.
Erin Smith, I saw a post. She said, Mama and Auntie Judy got us all our ADRs today for our next trip. So
yeah,
excited.
Erin.
Oh, yes.
Topolino's breakfast and
actually-
dinner, BOG's, Morimoto, Chef Mickey's, etc. Was that the morning you guys were up at 6 o'clock in the morning?
Well,
Yes.
we were up at 5 actually, but
Wow.
Well, 5:45.
I got up at 5. I like to just make sure everything's ready. The reason we can do that is because we tag team it. We
I was
split
worried
it.
something was wrong.
And the other thing that worked so good was I was in her husband's account, you were in Aaron's account, and so when we had to split the reservations because they were so big, we could book 2 at the same time.
Yeah,
with
it's very strange.
there were
a
like
lot of
7
times you
people.
can't get a 7-person reservation at 7 o'clock at wherever, but when you split it in 4 and 3, they pop up.
Yeah. Good tip.
So that's what we were doing, and we're so happy for Aaron that it all worked out.
And I just want you guys basically tag team that reservation for her too, right?
Yeah.
So that's a little travel tip that they provided for our client there. So good job, guys.
And another tip, if you're doing your own, look through your list of what is the most important reservation you want and which one's probably going to be the most difficult to get. Do that one first. Don't go in order of the days.
Don't dilly-dally.
Jump around. Pick the one that, like I couldn't get her one that she wanted at Yak and Yeti right away. So I jumped over to something else and got it. Then I went back to Yak and Yeti, played around with the times, and I think we tag teamed and split it. I don't know, but it worked out. So we got it. But if you can't get it right away, jump to the next one. And
think
then go
about
back.
it maybe the night before a little bit, which is really most important to you, which are going to be the toughest to get. And, by toughest, I mean the ones that book up really quick.
Like Topolino's, Chef Mickey's.
Yep.
Do you think how quickly do you think they book up then the day that you're making you're at 60 days, right?
I would say by 6:15, if you haven't gotten it, you're probably out of luck.
Yeah, they're
the first
fast.
15 minutes. Yeah. And because the capacity is reduced now. So it makes it tougher to get, reservations, even though the park capacity is still low. They've also chopped capacity seating in the restaurants. So that's what I think makes it tough for us.
All right. Well, don't forget, I always bring you guys on to get some tips. I'm wondering if you thought of some tips.
I want to ask you a bunch of questions. and I want to have them answered immediately.
Yes.
We already did. We answered those.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the tiny tips.
Do you have any other tips on your mind this week?
No, I think those
All right.
questions answered any tips we would have had.
Perfect. I'm so good then with my questions.
You're excellent, Curtis. Wait a minute.
Uh-oh. The baby's coming back.
Awesome, Grogu. I hope you can spend the rest of Sunday afternoon relaxing and enjoying your Sunday.
Yes, you too.
All right, guys.
Okay.
We'll talk to you next week. And
Alrighty.
have a good new year, all right?
Yep. Happy New Year, everybody. See you.
Bye.
Great job, Mama and Auntie Judy. And we've got an awesome guest and trip report for you guys coming up. Featuring this week, we got Elise Riggle, her first time as a super geek on the show. Her first couple of nights, she stays at Universal and Islands of Adventure at the Cabana Bay Resort. And, you know, we do book Universal also. I want to remind you that. Yes, we do that. It's actually very easy to book. So definitely contact the Travel and Tours if you'd like to book a few nights over at Universal also, because we love doing that too. And then they stay at the Pop Century. Tell us all about the DAS Pass, comparing it to the Universal and Disney World. Lots of snack and talk, lots of food talk, including the Rose and Crown, the Tonga Toast over the Kona Cafe. I make a mistake. So listen for this mistake. I apologize ahead of time. I say that the citrus swirl is sweet and the Dole Whip is tart. It's the opposite. Switch that, reverse that, you know, like Willy Wonka. The Skipper Canteen they enjoyed. She gives a huge thank you and shout out to Glenn Kessler for all of his Rise of the Resistance boarding group tutorial. She was there live when Glenn was there and met up with Glenn and heard his tutorial firsthand. ABC Commissary, which is getting a lot of great reviews, including from me from last year. 50s Prime Time. She loves cupcakes. She's kind of a professional cupcake maker, so I love the cupcake talk. Satuli Canteen, and she is an obsessive planner, a true geek. And so you're going to have here some great tips from Elise to finish out the show. Well, they say hindsight is 2020. Aren't you glad 2020 is in the rearview mirror? I know I am. Let's carry on as we keep going to Disney World. This week we're featuring Elise Riggle and her boys. Well, the second best thing about going to Disney World, or instead of going to Disney World, is at least being at home on vacation and recording trip reports of other people that went to Disney World. In this case, also Universal. So we got lots of time here to spend with my next guest. It's her first time on the podcast. She's a relatively new listener, so I'm excited to bring her on. She tells me she's obsessed with the Tonga Toast at the Polynesian Resort. It's good to hear. I know that's a real famous one at the Polynesian. She's surprised she found such a fun and supportive bunch of geeks, she was telling me, and she's obsessed with Disney Planet. So I think she's fallen into the right Geekin family or Disney family. Please give a warm Geekin family welcome to Elise Riggle. Hey, Elise, the crowd is going wild for you.
Fantastic. Thank you.
I'm so glad to have you. I love having a relatively new listener, right? When'd you find us?
November 3rd.
And when was your trip?
November 14th. We left, so pretty close.
You had to really listen to get really busy listening, I guess, to get some more tips, right?
Yeah, we were actually listening to it. I think I emailed this to you. We were listening to it on the way to the airport, and I heard you mention my name talking about the DAS stuff, and I'm like, oh, boy, that's me.
Oh, so, cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Was that the tips with the traveling tips with the tiaras?
I think so. Yeah. I can't remember whose trip report it was, but it was exciting for sure.
To hear your name. I
felt famous.
Well, that's a little hint of my podcast. I do try to create community, and it sounds like you found your people.
Yeah, I did. Thank you.
What have you noticed in our private Facebook group or in the podcast? What is it about us that attracted you to us?
but I think overall everybody's so kind and willing to share. And it's not just like, hey, like all of Glenn's stuff about how to get a boarding group and rise the resistance and how helpful that is. But it's also, like this geek is in the hospital, let's pray for him. And so it's more, it's inclusive and all encompassing. And I like that a lot.
Thank you so much. And you did send me one of the best emails I've ever gotten. And it's been something, of course, I've been doing this. I'm getting close to 7 years. So it's not the first time I've heard a really supportive email like that, but it still means a lot to me when someone says nice things about our group, and even maybe nice, sometimes I get things that aren't nice about me. So there are those when you put yourself out there. So it's much appreciated to hear positive things about the group, or I guess you were having a little bit of a hard time and you found us at a good time too.
For sure. Yeah.
Love that. All right. But we're going to talk. Where are you from, Elise?
Pittsburgh originally, but I'm in Ohio. I moved to Ohio for college and then sort of never left. So.
We've got, Ohio is our biggest listening group of all the states in the United States.
Interesting.
Isn't that funny? We've got a lot. I've really talked about. I was thinking about doing it this past year. We've got a good friend and listener, Carl Casavecchia, who lives and works for the Cleveland Indians. Oh. And Auntie Judy has family there. Her dad is still there. And we had talked about going out and I really want to do like a Midwest get together. So
yeah,
look for that when we get past all this craziness, hopefully into next year, maybe next spring or something. But yeah, we've got a lot of listeners in Ohio, which is awesome. So welcome.
Super. Thank you.
When did you go to Disney World or in Universal?
Yeah, so we did, 2.5 days at Universal. So the 14th, 15th, and 16th at Universal Studios, and then headed on over to Disney from the 17th to the 20th, and then flew out the 21st of November.
So how many nights was all that?
Was it 7 or 8? I'm not very good at that.
Close enough. We're not going to do math today, Elise.
Thank you. Yeah, we're on vacation.
That's right. I was told there'd be no math in this podcast. That's correct. Although I am pretty good at math, although maybe I'm losing my skill. But I want everyone to know that Mama and Judy can book Universal Studios trips for everyone. I don't know if everyone knows that. They're actually easier to book for folks. So what was your experience there at Universal? Where'd you stay?
We stayed at Cabana Bay. I'd switched 3 times. And actually... Yeah,
you found your right family, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. But we started out we were originally supposed to go in May, and that trip got canceled. So, and at that point, we were going to stay at the Portofino, I think that's what it's called, the Premier Resort. I had just gotten my tax return, things we were living high off the hog. but then,
we're in the money.
That's right. So, but then we had to cancel because of COVID. And then I had a travel voucher and it was expiring on October 1st. And I'm like, oh, I gotta book something. We gotta go. And so it was all this kind of last minute craziness. And so I originally booked it for, the Endless Summer Resort. But then I realized it was a little bit further away from the parks than I wanted. And so we ultimately stayed at Cabana Bay, which was nice.
Yeah, is that one of the premier resorts? I don't know Universal Studios as much. Okay.
Yeah, I think I don't know what they're called. I don't either. This was only our second time there and probably our last time, to be honest. Not because it was bad, just because it's not Disney.
All right. Yes.
Yeah, it's like I think it would be considered a moderate resort if we were using the Disney lingo.
All right. And how was it comfortable?
It was, they upgraded us to I said that my son, so I have a son with special needs. That'll come out a few times in our story because it's something we deal with. And so he was kind of being extra special as we were checking in, and they don't do the online check-in. So you have to wait in line and do that stuff.
All right.
So she said, is there anything that would make your stay more enjoyable? And I said, well, a nice view would be nice because it helps him. And it also gives me a little break. He's looking out the window and I can take a breath. But so they gave us a upgrade to a Volcano Bay room so we could see the water park.
Nice.
But it was so far away from the buses, from dining, from the pools, that it didn't feel like an upgrade to me, but it was a nice view.
Good view.
Yeah.
All right. Well, what's the highlights from the Universal stay for you?
Well, like many other geeks, the food was one thing that I thought.
Are we going to talk a lot about food, Elise?
I'm in general, I'm pretty food driven.
Well, we are here too, so we're glad to have you.
So I did like, we ate at Mythos. I'm going to say it's for Mythos. I think it's Mythos at Islands of Adventure. My son had this grilled cheese and tomato soup that was delicious. It was like homemade bread, and the tomato soup was sort of thick, so you didn't scoop it with your spoon. You kind of used your grilled cheese and like a sauce almost. I still can taste it. And my gnocchi, I ordered risotto, but I got gnocchi, and that was fine. It was very good. And they had spanaco. Everything was just delicious there. So I really liked that restaurant.
What kind of restaurant is that? Is that a quick serve?
No, it's a table service, and it's Greek themed, I think, because it's like all the Greek gods. That's why I think they call it that. It's in the area with I'm not sure what was there. I'm just not that good at Universal. We went once when my son did a Give Kids the World trip, and then this time, and then that's it. But it seemed to be in their other like Greek god things.
All right.
Yeah. But the boys, the thing that I'll say that Universal had going for them, besides that grilled cheese, was they had early entry hours, and it was 7 a.m. We got into Islands of Adventure at 7 a.m.
That's my kind of place. Yeah, I like that.
Me too.
Really?
So the boys had got on the Hulk 2 times before 7:30. So they have this Hulk roller coaster that they like. And I'm great with the thrill rides, except for that one, because it gives me a headache. I feel like, pinball.
Yeah, I've been only a few times to Universal, but I did not get on that one.
Yeah, they loved it, but it's too much for me. And my son's super into Harry Potter, and so all the Harry Potter stuff was very cool for all of us. And so we enjoyed that part the most. The boys liked the Hulk. I liked Harry Potter. So
awesome. Well, yeah, you got some great descriptions of your food, so I love that. That's all you got. It looks like that's all you did on Sunday, the first Islands of Adventure.
Yeah. Well, then we went to Voodoo Donuts on Monday, which was also, pretty exciting. But
what was the dinner here? The Hideaway Bar and Grill, Cabana Bay. Oh, that's at the resort.
The counter service at the resort. And the food was much better there than at Pop Century, where we stayed at Disney.
Okay.
And we had pizza at both places because we're creative like that.
Adventurous.
But they had a buffalo chicken wrap and other really good things. Plus, I'm originally from Pittsburgh, and they had the Steelers game on Sunday. So I was able to watch the game and have a little bourbon while the boys were swimming. And so it worked out very nicely. And it was a ghost town. There were maybe 5 people at the pool.
Hey, wait a minute, Elise. Did you just say you watched football and had a little bit of bourbon? You sound like my kind of gal.
Yeah.
We got a lot in common here.
Well, don't take offense to this, but my dad always says I drink like an old man. So.
Yeah, I don't take offense to that. I don't feel old. I'm not offended by that in the least.
Good. Yeah, because I love a good bourbon.
Nice. What's your favorite kind of bourbon?
Actually, it's a rye right now. I went down last year by myself to the Kentucky Bourbon Trail and stopped accidentally at a place called Limestone Branch Distillery, which is like the grandsons or great grandsons of Jim Beam doing this stuff. And they have a rye there called Minor Case Rye that I loved. I can't get enough of. So nice. I don't have you know what I mean? I get plenty when I need it.
My only Disney World story for bourbon is that they make a bourbon for just Disney World from Knob Creek somewhere in there. So I got to find that one. I got to remember that one as one of my must-dos.
Yeah, I couldn't find it on any menu that we saw, but that really we weren't focused on. It was very kid-friendly, this visit. So.
Just a little fun fact there as we got into that topic. All right. How about anything else what did you do on Monday?
What did we do on Monday? We went to
Voodoo Donuts, you were saying.
Yeah, Voodoo Donuts, which I'd never been to. And they have some crazy donut flavors and excitement. So my son really likes maple bacon, and so he was able to have. And I make cupcakes like as a side business, and I make a maple bacon cupcake that he liked, so he loved it as a donut.
Oh, cool.
And then they had, like this, their donuts as big as your face. So we overdid it by ordering 6.
Well, there's always breakfast,
Yeah. It was, the other thing about that day is we loved the Hagrid's ride at Islands of Adventure. So because everything happened so early, we were able to go ride, and we had the disability pass. We went and rode Hagrid's, and then we walked over to Universal's because they allow park hopping. So then we rode literally one ride at Islands of Adventure, and then went over to Universal Studios side and rode everything and did everything else over there.
Well, you mentioned the disability pass. Can you compare the difference between Disney's and Universal? Any difference?
Well, I like that Disney's now uses the Magic Band, which they hadn't done. So we went the first time with the boys. I went in 2015, and we used paper, and they give you a time to come back.
Yep.
And then the second time in 2018, we went with Give Kids the World, which is I don't know if people know about it, but it's like a Make-A-Wish resort, and you get treated like royalty. They gave us a pass that at Disney, it had Aladdin on it. They called it a genie pass, and you just flash it and they send you through everything.
Okay.
So that was like once in a lifetime you can do that. So we did that, and that was awesome. Universal had the same thing. They just called it like a VIP pass. But this time, Universal had paper passes still. They give you like this business cards, like tri-fold business card size thing that you can put in your pocket or whatever. And you hand it to a ride attendant, and they give you a time to go back. So if the wait time's 45 minutes, they look at the clock and say, oh, it's 1 o'clock, come back at 1:45.
Yeah.
And you have to do it all kind of in your head and remember that. At Disney, you use your Magic Band, and anybody from my son's party, so it could have been myself or my other son or my son with special needs, we could have gone up to any person at the beginning of the queue and said, I need a report time. They scan your Magic Band, they give you a time, and then that time also goes onto your plans in your My Disney Experience app.
Nice.
So I would forget that. I'd always have to be looking back at the little card at Universal to say,
yep,
what time are we supposed to go back or whatever.
Yeah,
so
I have
nice
that problem too.
Yeah, right. What time's my reservation? Right.
My mother-in-law says I have a hamster brain.
Well, it's kind of, I think mine is more like OCD, where I'm like squirrel, but this time it's like Mickey, Minnie, Goofy, you're trying to overwhelmed by all this stuff.
Time just goes. Yeah. To be honest with you, I learned this in taking some courses on this topic. Everybody has a monkey brain, by the way.
Yeah.
So,
right. Well, that's comforting.
That's why they're always looking at their phones, because they all have monkey brains.
Right. But the thing I'll say about Universals that I liked is if the wait was 20 or 30 minutes or less, they would just send you on the ride. If it was a 5-minute wait, we would stand in line if it was a 5-minute wait. But if it was a 25-minute wait, we probably couldn't stand in line that long. We would have to come back in 25 minutes.
Okay.
So I like the idea of 30 minutes or less being able to just give you access, although it's not really fair. It's hard. I'm sensitive to the fact that other people are waiting in line for sometimes hours on a regular day, and we're just busting past everybody in the fast pass line. But I think you don't know what my life is. Besides this week, the rest of the other 51 weeks are kind of hard. So I'll take this week as a reward.
We've covered this topic quite a bit recently. If Tony Ann is coming on, you're going to hear her talk about this in detail. I asked her very specifically about this topic. And I think Disney, yes, people were cheating the system years ago, which was horrific. She gives some examples of that.
Yeah, renting people. Yeah. Ridiculous.
I guess sometimes I ignore some of the rotten things that happen at Disney World, but
yeah,
it's good, yeah. I mean, people like my Geekin family understand, and they cheer on you folks that need that, and you deserve it. So more power to you. I understand.
Yeah. We run in. My son looks kind of typical. I don't want to say normal because that's relative, but he looks like a typical kid. So it looks like we're just kind of we found a way around it.
You're self-conscious about it. I understand.
Yeah. And they probably don't care at all, but
no, they don't. No. Yeah. I mean, they've, like I said, they've made the proper precautions so that people don't cheat, it seems like. So that's That is all cool. I sometimes feel guilty because we know all the tricks, and when we had the fast pass, we're never waiting for. I don't wait for anything, so what do I care?
Right.
Stick with us. Hey, Elise, stick with us. You'll never have to wait for nothing.
Perfect. I love it.
All right, tell me some of the fun rides. If I'm going to Universal, I do want to get over there soon. I've had a kind of a budget problem putting 3 kids through college over the last 10, 12 years. So tell me, if I'm going over to Disney World, Disney World, I got it on my mind. But if I'm doing Universal Studios, Islands of Adventure, what's your favorite rides over there?
Islands of Adventure, I liked. I mean, you can't go wrong at both of the parks. The one thing though, and this might be helpful to other listeners, I didn't realize it's tricky because they've got it's Universal's resort, but then there's a Universal Studios theme park within the Universal Studios resort. So that there's 2 different theme parks, but one is named Universal, so it's very tricky. It was for me anyway. So Islands of Adventure and Universal Studios both have, the thing that I think is the coolest is the fact that they have Hogwarts Express that travels, and actually you can go use that train as entry into the other park. You start in one, you can end in the other. I think that's super cool. And maybe not so much if you watch the movies, but if you've read the Harry Potter books and come up with kind of what you think Hogsmeade looks like or Diagon Alley looks like in your head, to me, when I walked in there, I was like, holy moly, this is kind of just what my head pictured. Oh. So I think that's very neat.
Well, that means she's a great author to describe the...
Right. Once you have to, because it's all made up. You don't have any frame of reference.
Obviously, she's a great author.
Yeah.
Probably a billionaire now. So.
Right. So I love all the stuff in the Wizarding World of Harry Potter in both parks. But then, I like the Hulk coaster. Well, I don't personally. My boys really like the Hulk coaster on the Islands of Adventure side. They do a lot more 3D and 4D. I don't really know what 4D is, but they claim their rides to be 3D and 4D. So there's a lot of that happening. So my sons really like Transformers. They really like Skull Island, the Reign of Kong. But like I said, I'm kind of a Disney purist, and so I have a hard time. Besides Harry Potter, I have a hard time recommending anything. It's not because it's not good. But.
Yeah, the 3D stuff, even back when I went, it was pretty intense. And with my motion sickness, it can be a challenge.
Yeah, and I kind of had the opposite problem, and it could be because I couldn't wear my glasses, but it seemed to me like, you can watch a movie on your TV at home and the picture was clearer than the 3D, but I'm guessing it was because I didn't have my glasses on. So everything was like...
Well, I understand. Well, yes, let's get on over to Disney World then. Are we ready?
Perfect. Yes.
So you go over to Disney World on Monday or Tuesday here?
Tuesday. Yeah, Tuesday.
And you do Epcot for the first day.
Well, that was strategic because they don't open until 11. And so I decided that I would
transfer.
Yeah. So we moved over from Cabana Bay to Pop Century early. Like I got a car, I scheduled a car. I didn't want to fool around with Uber just because I didn't want any variables I didn't want to lose any time at the park. So we had a car pick us up at like 8 a.m. in the hope that we could drop our luggage at the very least and then go to Epcot by 11. And that was more than enough time because I got a text that our room was ready before we even got into the car at Cabana Bay. So.
Cool. And which resort did you stay at?
We stayed at Pop Century in one of the preferred rooms. So we were in the 60s area.
Ooh, good one. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Whereabouts was your room exactly, Elise?
Building 10, if you're real familiar.
No, not that familiar.
Yeah, I'm not. I couldn't pick it out, but it was a building that went. Sounds like math too, but this perpendicular to Classic Hall. So we walk one way and we get the buses. We walk the other way. We can get the Skyliner. So it was great.
That would be a 90-degree angle. That comes from my woodworking that I'm doing right now. But
that's right.
Did you have a pool view with that preferred room? Or outside?
I don't even know what we know. I mean, because the way it's set up, because of the doors just opening to the outside, our view, I think, was to Classic Hall, but it was further, I don't think we even looked out the window.
Were you closer to the hall or closer to the Skyliner?
the hall, but not far from either.
Yeah.
I mean, it was not a bad walk. And so I changed our resort 3 times.
Where'd you start?
Coronado Springs.
Hey, Elise, I was going to ask you the next time you book a trip to book with Mom and Judy, but I'm starting to wonder. I'm not sure. You might be a lot of work.
Yeah, no, I'm a lot of work. And that's why I just do it with Disney. So yeah, I'm a lot of work.
Well, that's right. You can transfer it to us next time.
Yeah, I'll do that. After I do, and then I'm like, okay, well, I'm changing again. But we started at Coronado Springs, but then I realized they didn't have the Skyliner. Plus, I thought that some of the NBA players had been there, and I didn't know if it was, if they were still trying to recover from any of that. And so we changed originally to Caribbean Beach. And then I don't remember what, it probably was price, and I decided we would just stay at Pop because we could get on the Skyliner, we could get the preferred room, and still, with everything being closed, restaurants and things, there wasn't much difference in Caribbean Beach and Pop Century from an amenity standpoint. Yeah,
I wouldn't disagree. I love Pop, so I'm all about it. It's a good spot too.
And it's the only place I'll stay at a hotel that has a door to the outside, because that usually scares me, but somehow it's okay at Disney.
That's good. We didn't ask this. Was it just you and your 2 sons?
It was, yeah. I have a 13 and a 14-year-old boy. Boys.
I usually get out in front. I guess I'm on vacation. Oh my gosh! All right.
Yeah, we call ourselves the Happy Trio. So we.
Are you able to go full stink then? You got 13 and 14-year-old. Come on, you got to be like hitting it hard.
Well, to be honest, I was trying to push them along. I wanted to stay longer. They wanted to go swimming, and I'm like, it's too cold for swimming. But they've been hearing how cold it was here in Ohio, and so they're just like mermen.
Yeah.
So they wanted to go to Disney Springs to build lightsabers, which we found out we couldn't do once we got there. Anyway, so I should have been more forceful in making them do the things I wanted to do, because they would have enjoyed it too. But yeah, I'm like rope drop till the very end. So
we got a ladies group that kind of meets behind my back, and they have a little chat going on, and they're getting ready for G3. So if you want to do a solo trip, I could hook you up with some really fine ladies.
I would love that. I love the idea of a solo trip. Like, love it.
I think you would fit in. I'm already sensing you'd fit in very well with that crowd, and you could do whatever you want to do. So.
Oh yeah, I love that. Yeah, well, let's talk about that after this for sure.
I got a couple of things I'm going to ask you about when we get off air. But
perfect.
All right, so breakfast. Let me see. Am I missing anything? But I see something really cool here. This is something I do, but you purchased a $29.99 refillable travel mug. I love the deal they have right now. Matter of fact, I used mine yesterday, my Star Wars one. It was like, I thought it was a $10. Well, they don't have the food. That's the thing. They don't have the meal plan now.
Right.
So what do you get? What kind of mug do you get for $30?
It's like a reusable coffee mug, like a Yeti almost quality. So it's
like
heavy
a
duty.
Service, all right.
Well, it's stainless steel though. It's not the plastic Turvis.
No, I understand.
Is that the brand?
No, they do have. Turvis does have the stainless steel.
I don't get out much. Yeah. So yeah, and it was Star Wars, so the boys like that. But when it came pink, I was like, yes, Mama's.
What's on it with a pink? What's a pink one?
Let me see. I'm gonna send a text to my son to see if he'll just go get it and bring it in here.
All right. Not that the listening audience can see it, but that's just for me.
Yeah. Well, but yeah, I'll ask him later, because if not, I feel like he might try to.
You can put a picture. You can put a picture on our group.
Oh, that's a good idea. He wants to be on this podcast, but it would be 3 days if he was on too, because his story. So I said, maybe not.
One of these days we're going to do a kids one. We've been talking about doing that.
Yeah. It's an interesting dichotomy in my house, because my older son is 14, but developmentally about 6 or 5. And then my older son is 13, developmentally about 65. So
you got an interesting mix there. Yeah.
Yeah. And then I'm 29 and holding.
There you go. All right. We got to talk more food.
Sure. Well, and the funny thing for us is that I had put a lot of work into and have a Google Doc about it and sent it to my son and was researching the best snacks in Walt Disney World, because my plan was just, maybe eat a big breakfast and then snack, or snack even for breakfast. And then if we had a dining reservation, try to get to that reservation.
Yeah.
And I tried to make the reservations, and I learned this on from listening to your podcast, to make a reservation late in the day so you could walk out, be the last people. But with two teenage sons, they were hungry all the time, and they didn't want to stay until the end of the day. And so we ended up we had late reservations that we changed, and we just we did have snacks, but we also ended up having to have a big breakfast and usually a big dinner. And if we had like a late lunch that was big, we'd have to then have more snacks. So the volume of food is out of hand.
Well, we like that.
Yeah, that's real life and on vacation.
That is good for a podcast, though. You got some great detail. Tell me, what can you eat in Epcot when you're snacking around?
Yeah, we had the first thing I had was the plant-based cookies and cream chocolate mousse at Sunshine Seasons. And I got it because it was chocolate. The plant-based was less important to me, but I thought I'll try it. And it was pretty good for a quick service plant-based treat. So I loved that.
Because chocolate is a plant, right?
Right. And I guess the mousse it tasted kind of like soy. So I'm guessing that the chocolate mousse with it was,
wait a minute.
Vanilla mousse was soy.
What's plant-based about chocolate, cookies, and cream?
I think the cream, and they put the cream in quotes because it was like somehow, I don't know how you make soy milk.
I gotcha. All right.
I don't know. But it was, or maybe it was like tofu that they whipped. Now that I'm talking about it, I don't want to think about it.
Was it good though?
It was good.
All right. Yeah. That's important.
Yeah. And then we had our caramel popcorn, and the cookies there were at, I don't know how you say that place. Caramel Couche. How do you say that?
I think you got it. Caramel Couche. Yeah.
Yeah, the Werther's place isn't it in the German Pavilion?
That's easier.
Pavilion. Yeah. So we'd never had their cookies before, but we tried them and they were okay.
Boy, that sounds good. Caramel-filled chocolate cookie sounds really good.
Yes, it does sound better. And it wasn't bad. It just wasn't like the
chewy?
Bakery on Main Street, USA chocolate chip cookies.
Oh, those
yummy.
That's unfair.
Right, but that's what I was expecting. So it was not fair at all. But they were big enough that we could eat them like a snack, half for a snack and then a later snack. So
all right. Yeah. Those are so good. The chocolate chip big ones, it gets big as your face. Oh my gosh.
Yes, I know. Now I'm thinking we didn't get any of those. Yeah, so good. Then we went also to the French patisserie, which is I have to every time I go.
That's a must do, right?
Must do for sure. I was disappointed that the boys got mousse, vanilla mousse and chocolate mousse, but I did get them. They
really don't know what they're doing, do they, Elise?
No, they stink at this, and they don't listen to me.
If they'd only listen to you.
Yeah, I tried to encourage the brie and all kinds of things, and they just weren't having it. Although I will say that night when we went to the Rose and Crown, I said, I'm ordering, leave, because all day I'd been fighting with them about trying things. And so I ordered bangers and mash and fish and chips, and they devoured the bangers and mash. They love the sausage.
So I think Rose and Crown is one of the hidden gems. We've talked, I don't know if you've heard you've only listened to 20 episodes, but Mom and Judy and I we bought for Judy for Christmas, we bought the package that you could do for the fireworks. I can't stop raving about that. And I hadn't been there in a long time, but I thought the food and the service was just so fun and good.
Yeah. So. And actually when we went in 2018, my younger son and I, cause he likes tea. So we did the tea experience that they have there in the mornings. Yeah, he and I went to that and really got him into tea. So he didn't love all the tea sandwiches because they had weird things. But
really little fun tip there. That was fun. We did that too.
Yeah. Yeah. And actually this time I forgot about this. He got bubble tea from the Joy of Tea kiosk, which he really liked the tea part, not so much the bubbles.
Okay.
But I'm with him on that. It's kind of a weird texture, but we had a lot of fun foods at Epcot, and I think the bangers and mash for them was their favorite.
Is bangers sausage?
Yes, they're like
Yeah.
And I don't like sausage. They're like funny little sausages, I would say very round, like extremely round sausages.
Well, there's where we differ, because I'm a big fan of all kinds of sausage.
Yeah. Well, and you see in my notes, oftentimes I just got a plate because I would assume that they weren't going to eat everything, but oftentimes they did. And so I did get some fries at Rose and Crown.
We skipped. That's a good idea. What we skipped was what you had at the snack for the patisserie.
Oh, yes. I had the macaroon that has that yummy French, or that lime cream and fresh raspberries. And my sons were trying to eye it up. And they're like, we'll give you a bite of our mousse. I'm like, I don't need that mousse. I can make that.
I'm proud of you, Elise. Let's stand your ground.
Right.
Get your own. I'm all, everyone shares on this podcast except for me.
Well, I did end up giving them the top part of because the macaroon's kind of a sandwich. And so I gave them the top part, the top actual cookie part to share, but the rest was mine. So. And then the cheese platter at the Rose and Crown, they didn't really like it that much either. And so I'm like, perfect. I love cheese.
I saw that too. Was it just cheese?
It was cheese and then a few, I'm trying to remember. There was like an apple walnut chutney, some kind of mint, some kind of green stuff. I'm confusing it with the bread service at Nomad Lounge now that I think about it. But anyway.
Well, that's kind of weird, but.
Yeah, I know. 3 different cheeses. It's all run together. Three different kind of like garnishy chutney things with each one.
I have a lot of fans from the UK, so they're getting a little upset that you've, they're famous for their cheeses, I think.
The cheeses were good. There was a cheddar, a blue, and like a farmer's cheese. It was very good. I can't remember the cheddar.
Oh my gosh. I am this podcast, everybody. I've turned people into shark. I had someone message me. I didn't know what charcuterie was until I listened to the podcast. My friends, you will find out here. We talk about that. That is one of the best things to go for a lounge or even appetizer.
Well, what I've noticed about myself is as my boys get bigger appetites and as they get older, and even though I'm in my mind holding at 29, I get older and don't have the same appetite. So I do well with just an appetizer. So oftentimes that's a charcuterie of some sort. So
I'm looking at your rides for this day. We don't usually go through a bunch of rides, but you said Awesome Earth. What's Awesome Earth?
That's the ride inside the land pavilion that has, it's not a ride. I should have written attraction for all of those things, but it talks about, the different kind of climate areas and the effects of climate change.
Forget about that. That's kind of,
it's what's his name? Phil Dunphy from Modern Family. He's the voice of it, or I guess he's Mr. Peabody and Mr. Peabody and Sherman. Ty Burrell, that's his name. Nice. He does the voice for this video. And so it just talks about the different areas on Earth and how the glaciers are melting. And
yeah,
so
cool.
Really
it's like a little, it's a movie theater in there now.
Yeah.
Good one to cover. Any highlights from Epcot? Stories or fun?
I'm super into Schitt's Creek, the show on Netflix. And so it was interesting that Canada Far and Wide now has Moira and John doing, those two characters, Catherine O'Hare and Eugene Levy doing the voices on Canada Far and Wide. So it's been updated. And you can tell that it's a different quality of some of the other video. You can tell it's been redone.
Right, yes. Definitely.
And I had never done the Mission Space Orange, which was a new thing for me. I didn't love it as much as my boys. The zero gravity thing makes me a little queasy, but the boys loved it, so that was fun for us.
Good job. All right, let's head on over. Let's do Magic Kingdom next day. You still got lots of food here.
No, it's a problem. It's a real problem.
No wonder you've kind of enjoyed our podcast.
Right. Well, and we had to Uber over to the Polynesian because I wanted to make sure we got Tonga Toast before the park opened because I didn't want to be late. So we went very early. We Ubered over to get, and then we did a mobile order. Or otherwise, I don't think you're allowed in the resorts unless you have a reservation or mobile order because that's one of the safety things they've got going on.
Yeah.
So I had my phone ready to show him, like, no, I ordered it. We got to get it. So,
Well, Elise, I want you to do really justice to Tonga Toast, because before this podcast, I think Glenn Kessler's coming on and he's going to trash Tonga Toast. Well, he doesn't really trash it, but he doesn't talk it up very well. Now, it's very famous at the Polynesian. So here's your chance. Tell Glenn.
Glenn was like, he went the day before and had chicken and what is it called? Sausage, gravy, and biscuits.
How'd you know that?
Because we communicated a great deal because we were both there at the same time. Oh. So there was a lot of back and forth.
That Glenn Kessler.
I couldn't find him but in person, but we did have a lot of communication.
Too bad. You would have enjoyed meeting Glenn.
Yeah. I look forward to sometime meeting him soon, but I know he had the macadamia nut pancakes and the sausage, biscuits, and gravy the day before. But I'm like, I'm not getting that. Why bother?
I think his mom had the Tonga Toast.
Oh, right. You're right. Yeah. So it is a delicious, I don't even know how they do it. Now, I will say the look of the bananas is a little unsightly. So it's sort of just like chopped up and maybe slightly brown.
Like, I'm not sure about this.
but the fact that it's really that strawberry sauce that you dump all over it that it brings it home.
Yeah.
And the fact that it's as big as your head. So I shared it with my son, but it was good.
Isn't that one thing about Disney World? I don't think we talk about this enough, but the portion size is really I totally appreciate that. Yeah.
Yeah, everything's as big as your head. The cookies, yeah. But yeah, I don't think there's a better thing. And I know sometimes you talk about, on your podcast, you talk about things you try to make at home, recipes from the parks to make at home.
Yeah.
You probably could do that, but it wouldn't be the same.
You couldn't get, speaking of our UK friends, AJ Mills has been posting things that she's making, and she seems to do a pretty good job. But all right, AJ, try Tonga Toast.
Yeah, that one seems like a hard one. I make the ooey gooey toffee cake from Liberty Tree, but
nice.
That's about it for me. But,
what time will you have me over? I've got a few more days off here, at least.
If I could figure out this bangers and mash, you could. Yeah,
I'll be right over. Kona coffee. How's the Kona coffee?
Oh my gosh, I'm a coffee person.
Yeah, me too.
And it tastes. And the first time I had it was in Hawaii, and it's hard to duplicate it. Yeah. Outside of Hawaii, but Polynesian somehow does it. You have to get the press, the French press.
Yeah.
So
I'm not surprised. So you had this in the takeout. Where'd you get your Tonga Toast?
They had Kona Cafe to go. They had mobile ordering, nice. So you could order just from there. And then we found a little table over near the bar area on that same level, and just kind of put our chairs together and ate on a tiny little 2x2 table.
You may have found us late, but you know what you're doing.
Yeah. My sons get so annoyed because it's like, I finish my work day and then I'm like, okay, I need 4 hours. And they're like, for what? I'm like, I don't know. I'll find something.
Wow.
So we did that before we went to the Magic Kingdom on that day. But then we ate a lot at the Magic Kingdom too. So
how'd you get to the Magic Kingdom from the Polynesian? Because the monorail's down, right?
It's the monorail's down. Because my original plan was to take a bus from Pop to Magic Kingdom and then take the monorail to the Polynesian for breakfast. But then first of all, the timing, it would have taken way too long. We had to get there earlier. But I thought, we'll take the monorail back, but the monorail's closed. So we just went to the bus stop at the Polynesian and took a bus to the Magic Kingdom.
All right. So. Where else are we eating? You got another page here of food at the Magic Kingdom.
We had the Yuletide Wishes, the chocolate log at Pinocchio's Village House.
That sounds good.
We had Dole Whip at Aloha Isle. My son loves nachos, so we had that at Pecos Bills. So.
What's the chocolate Yule log?
It's like a pumpkin roll, but it was chocolate. So it's chocolate cake, chocolate mousse, chocolate ganache.
I'm a big fan. I always loved, when I was a kid, the Swiss rolls that they had here. I don't know if they have them out in Ohio, but it was just, a brand.
Even like Little Debbie.
Yeah. Yes. Mom sometimes will get you just mentioned that, the pumpkin rolls. I love those. Yeah.
Yeah.
Swiss rolls, we used to call them.
Yeah. Yeah. So this one was just
big
chocolate.
Fan.
And then it did have a red something on top, and I don't know. I thought it was maybe a marshmallow,
Peppermint?
but I didn't really. No, it wasn't peppermint. And I'm pretty good with this kind of stuff because I enjoy baking. But it was a thing I didn't know.
All right, all good.
And whatever it was the same. I had the same thing on my Tree of Life cupcake at Animal Kingdom. It was like not marshmallow, but I don't know. I don't know, but it was good. It's
well, Elise, let's cover this before we become too much good friends. Are you a Dole Whip or
Dole Whip?
Yeah. I didn't get citrus swirl even out. She said Dole Whip.
Yeah, I've never even had a citrus swirl, so I won't do it. So
all right.
It just seems there's something iconic about a Dole Whip at Disney. So
that's the word. Well, I always say the difference between Dole Whip and citrus swirl is Dole Whip is sweet and a Dole Whip is tart. So if you like tart, you might try. Although I don't want to get in trouble if you don't like the. I don't want the email that counters the one you sent me.
That's right.
Curtis told me I'm not here to convince anybody.
Yeah, I'm not opposed to it. I guess I've never even seen it on a menu. I'm just because I pretty much not everywhere, but because I know what I want where I want it. With the exception of the holiday treats, because those are new.
Well, if we're ever there together, I'll let you have. I'll share mine with you.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. We did eat at Skipper Canteen for the first time too. We had I think it was a late lunch that day, and so we had.
What motivated you to do Skipper Canteen? That's very adventurous.
My son is he's at an age, my 13-year-old who's 65 on the inside.
Yep.
He is at an age where everything is a joke and everything is sarcasm. So I thought
perfect.
The menu was a bit adventurous for us. Not so much for him, but for his brother. But the puns and all of those things, there were points that he couldn't eat. And we had just done the Jingle Cruise. We went right from the Jungle Jingle Cruise to Skipper Canteen. So he was already kind of in the zone of that.
Yeah, right.
And then the fact that he had the best steak of his life there also helped. So.
Oh, great. Was this Nate?
Yeah, Nate.
Dr. Fall's signature grilled steak.
Yes.
Some things there are spicy. That's the thing.
Yeah, it was well seasoned there. It wasn't spicy, but it was the seasoning that got him. And then the Trey originally ordered the help me with that one, the Orinoco Ida chop.
You're on your own on that one.
I don't know what it was. Because he's obsessed with nachos, this was like a potato pancake or corn cake and then pork on the top and then a avocado cream sauce. And so I'm like, okay, it's a constructed nacho. He'll eat it. Well, he hated it. So I ended up eating it. And he was like, and he hated it so much that he just looked at the lady and was like, macaroni and cheese, and pointed at her and said, I need it right here. So
do you not even order? You wait till your son Trey orders, then you.
Yeah. I usually just order a plate. And sometimes I just know, if things are big, I just don't order and trust that they'll not eat everything. And sometimes I have to get in there before.
So Trey's kind of a wild card, sounds like.
Yes. Well, they're both wild cards in their own ways. But I just, my policy is to sort of order 2 entrees at first and see how it goes. So.
I don't think I've ever heard that, but that's amazing.
Yeah.
Glenn gave a good tip on Skipper Canteen, which he loves, and they don't always do the shtick. So he says, tell them that you're new. And I don't know, maybe they recognized you were new.
Well, and you can put that in your reservation.
Oh,
so
nice.
I said it was our first time.
Good tip there.
Yeah. Because that was, and so they did, they wanted to show you some of the highlights. I think that's their big thing. And they pointed to chandeliers. So that's how they sort of lead into everything, that the highlights are the highlights.
That is an outstanding tip, especially for that place. Because I know you get mixed reviews, not just the food, but the show isn't always on.
Yeah. And I get that. I totally get that.
Well, some people don't want the show. Yeah.
And it's probably not a place unless Nathan asks to go back, it'll never be a reservation I make again, but I didn't love it, but he really loved that steak. So.
Well, that's good. Yeah. It does depend. No matter where you go, the entree you pick could make the difference.
Right.
And that's been for me at that. I had the steak salad I've talked about. That was too spicy for me.
Yeah. I don't recall that on the menu, but
maybe
it was probably there.
Might not,
just didn't look.
It's different now. All right.
Well, and I will say the menus at all the restaurants, you can tell they're very limited now. They don't have nearly as many options.
Heard that. All right. Want to go over to Hollywood Studios for some food?
Sure. Yeah. Well, the thing I liked the most was the green milk, and I wanted to try the blue milk, but we'd already left Star Wars Land, and the boys were like, "Come on, Mom, we don't want to go back for more, just for milk." But I thought I would hate it because it sounded so weird, but I loved it.
Oh, so. Good to hear.
Yeah. But so we had the green milk in Star Wars Land, and that was an awesome. I mean, we'd never been to Star Wars. It was a new experience for us because it's newer in the parks, and it was so cool to just be in that space and see how, the detail that they went. And I've only seen one Star Wars movie in my life, but I still thought it was super cool. So
yeah, I could see how you could appreciate it even if you've never really been a big fan.
My kids are so into it. Yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
They know. Yeah. So what was their impression of that land?
They loved the land. We were in boarding group 32 for the Rise of the Resistance. And so that was exciting. And I had given Nathan put the My Disney Experience app on his phone too, signed in as me. That way we could both be, I thought we could both be trying to get into the virtual queue, but that backfired because he was, I should have thought about that he couldn't use it if I was using it. But nonetheless, we got in there, but then he could follow along on the app to see what groups were boarding. And so I didn't have to worry about that. So he's like 29, he's counting all the way up. Yeah, to see when we could finally go. But that ride, my gosh, was that amazing.
Yeah, it's an experience, right?
Yes, it just so real, seemingly. And I didn't understand the concept of it at all. I mean, I know who Kylo Ren is just because the only movie I saw was The Rise of Skywalker and he was in it. But but I didn't understand the whole concept. But just it just seems so amazing to the details and the size of things.
Let's take a step back because you do a lot of research, and I want to know, getting a boarding group is important. And Glenn Kessler posted a video probably while you were there.
Yeah.
But did you have a plan going in how you're going to get your boarding group? And did Glenn help out or what? Tell me the story.
To be honest, I had no clue because of the disability pass. I didn't even think we would need the virtual queue. I thought they would, but then I think, so the morning we were headed to the Magic Kingdom, it must have been before that. So it must have been while we were at Universal. I happened to decide to ask in the chat, ask one of the cast members who managed the chat how that works with the DAS. And
what chat is that?
On the My Disney Experience app, if you click on the hamburger, I just learned this. It's on the hamburger menu. I'm going to open it and see. Yeah. There's a way you can say chat with us, I think. And so I used that to say, how do I make it work with the DS? And they're like, you have to get in the virtual queue. And I'm like, panicked because I'm such a planner. I'm like, I don't know how to do that. But I think maybe the next day is when Glenn did his video on Facebook. And then he very sweetly sent me the audio that he sent to you for the podcast. And so I could listen to that ahead of time. And so then we talked back and forth a little bit at that point about how to do it. So I tested my speed and all those things.
I've already got him on a high pedestal, Elise. What are you doing to me?
I know, he's the greatest. And he and my sister are practically neighbors. So it's you can keep him on that pedestal, raise it up. So he was very helpful because I'm such a planner and so like I am, it really put me in a panic to not realize, go in there blind. So
when you did your boarding group tricks, was that in the room?
So I had tested, this is when you can see the real planner come out. It was like I'm testing internet speeds. I figured out it was better to not be on the Wi-Fi, but then I was testing the speed inside the room, outside the room, this side of that. So I found a spot like a few rooms down.
That's extra geeky.
Standing outside, yeah. Where I could get the highest speed.
I think the data plan has been the winner.
Yes, it totally was. And then, but at Pop, I had read that there's not even great cell service at Pop, and so I was a little panicky. But I found a spot that did well for me. And
you walk around property trying to get a good data speed?
Yes, I was like this. I was like holding my hand up, going, "Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?" And I thought, and my son's, I'm sure he was thinking, my mom is such a nerd. He calls me a nerd. I'm like, I'm not a nerd. I'm a geek now. You have to call me a geek. But we found it, so we found our spot.
So where's the best data plan spot for your phone service?
If you have Verizon, you need to go to building 10 outside on the 4th floor. Yeah, so it's
so I have to climb up to the 4th floor of a building. That's awesome.
Yeah, it was. So and it's still though. I did his little countdown. I was counting. I watched the time on the official clock. I'm counting in my head at 45 to get into the app, and I feel like I did it within 2 seconds, and I was still 32.
There's probably a little bit of a lottery still going on in that algorithm, but you did everything you possibly could. Now, if you're 32, how many boarding groups did they do that day?
Well, I think in that 7 a.m. one, there's like 150 or 180. I'm not sure because after we rode, we didn't care. But, but I told Glenn, like, the thing that my boys were talking about the most was riding that ride and building lightsabers. And the night before, we tried to go to Disney Springs, couldn't find the lightsaber. They don't do it anymore because of the pandemic.
Oh, did you do the lightsaber at the Galaxy's Edge?
We did it. Yes. We ended up. Well, no, we didn't do the
experience.
We did it at, what's that place called? The Traders. It's right outside actually Star Tours. It's not even inside Star Wars land, but
gotcha.
But we ended up doing that. And actually, I put a help on the Facebook group, and somebody told me right where to go, and we did it first thing, and I had them shipped to our house, and they just arrived yesterday. So there have been many lightsaber battles happening at our house.
So you bought the traditional lightsaber kind of from the Star Tours gift shop there.
Yeah, they built them. They did a Kylo Ren and then
probably
Darth
forgotten.
Maul.
Probably forgotten in the.
Yeah, it was empty when we were in there. So
nice, good deal. I'm sure they're happy with those. They got them.
They did. They came in the mail yesterday, and for a while, and my sweet son with special needs, he would go out every 15 minutes looking on the porch since Saturday when we got home. And I'm like, the mail doesn't work that way, buddy. But so finally they came yesterday, and he was super pumped.
I'm the same way. I'm waiting for a garage light to come from eBay. I messaged the seller because they didn't have the tracking number correct in my purchase.
Oh, yeah, I hate that.
My patience is probably the same as your son's. I should have a DAS pass.
I was using that I was tracking our magic bands when they were shipped because I was so excited to see those. So I hear you.
All right, where are we? I'm lost track.
Well, I think we were supposed to talk about food, and I got sidetracked by Star Wars.
You know what? Lunch. ABC Commissary. I've been talking about this recently. What was your experience for ABC Commissary? So
in the past, I've not been impressed with it when we've gone before.
Yep.
But the buffalo chicken grilled cheese sandwich was delicious.
Yeah.
Trey didn't love it, so I got to eat half of it. And Nathan loved his shrimp tacos. He's a big fan of shrimp, and so it was a win for us. And they had the 2 holiday treats there too. So we got to have the frozen salted caramel hot cocoa and the holiday cookie.
Wow, that's not frozen salted caramel hot cocoa. Wow.
It was a bust. I didn't care for it.
Oh, okay.
That's something that's right down my alley, but it had a weird texture, and I couldn't taste. It didn't taste chocolatey or caramely.
Okay, yucky. How about the Mickey's holiday cookie?
Yucky. Delicious.
Good. Is that a big one?
It's a big one. It's just a sugar cookie that I think is kind of dipped in a white chocolate that's dyed red.
Ooh,
and then
that's up my alley.
Yeah, it was good.
Oh, this is one of my favorite places. Of all the fun I've made of Hollywood Studios for food, 50s Primetime has always been a favorite of mine. How'd you guys make out?
That was a win for everybody. So I got the crab cake, fully expecting to eat some fried chicken and some pot roast. So, and because the crab cake's about the size of not very big. It's small. But Trey, who is really mostly grilled cheese, macaroni and cheese, and nachos, got the pot roast and devoured it. Got the Clean Plate Club sticker and everything.
I'm a big fan of the pot roast no matter where I go on property.
Yeah.
Melt in your
And
mouth.
Actually, right. He had it just at the at Pop at the food court, and he liked it there too. Yeah. He loved and we had a wonderful server there who was very sweet and gave a lot of like, you need to be good to your mom, because he figured out that we've been together in this house or at Disney 24/7, schoolwork, everything since March, and so we've had a lot of together time. So he was super nice about like loving me, which I like.
That's great. Did they eat their vegetables?
They did. They ate everything.
They didn't have to stand up and be a little teapot, nothing like that.
I don't think they're doing that anymore because right now it must be like social distancing. Because it was the only thing that we really saw him doing. There was a girl who wasn't eating her vegetables, and he would like kind of, the same server was kind of giving her a little bit of stink eye from a distance and like making her laugh.
Stink eye.
But it was pretty tame in there because the tables were spread out, and The other thing that was weird, was this at Hollywood Studios? Yeah. Well, this is off the topic, but at the Rock and Roller Coaster, the music wasn't playing when you get on the ride. What? It was very, very quiet, like strange, eerie quiet when you walked in there.
Well, that's not acceptable.
Yeah, it seemed unnecessary, but maybe if they have to like tell someone to put their mask on or something, you have to be able to hear. I'm not exactly sure, but
I think you're being nice to them. Maybe that just doesn't work.
Yeah, it was one thing that we really kind of missed, because that's to me, that's such a thing, you know, you expect that blasting.
How'd you guys do on the Smuggler's Run, the Millennium Falcon?
We loved it. We went on it twice. The first time we didn't use because there was no wait, so we just walked on. And the second time we ended up using the DAS pass.
But they just do the family, right? Anyway.
Yeah. But it's tricky because there were only 3 of us, and there's 6 seats, and you're trying to drive the Millennium Falcon, and so
you gotta have 2 pilots, right?
Right. And my son, my younger son, plays all kinds of video games, and I'm not good at that stuff. And his brother's kind of, he has this processing speed is kind of slow. And so Nathan's yelling at us like what buttons to hit and things to do. And I'm kind of frazzled, and Trey's kind of frazzled. And we're hitting everything, but it was very fun. I think the first time we rode, we only got like 22% success, which didn't seem great.
That's probably not very good.
No.
The 80-20 rule.
Right. We did get up to 56 when I became a pilot and Trey became a gunner. So, but it was fun anyway. So
yeah, you got to go there with some friends.
Yeah, it was definitely tricky with just the 3 of us, but we enjoyed it.
I got the stink eye when I went on with other people that weren't part of my party.
You weren't doing it well enough or something?
Yeah, or Judy yells at me. I've got that on live audio if you ever want to hear that.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it was fun though. I mean, regardless, it was fun. So
all right, I think we're doing good here. Let's go over to Animal Kingdom. You
know what? I do have one more thing on Hollywood Studios.
Yeah, give it to me.
So, having 2 teenage boys, I don't often get to do princess things, but Trey, for whatever reason, really wanted to go to the first time in forever Frozen sing-along.
Oh, yeah.
So we have this all for one and one for all rule, but Nathan was really against it. So I let him sit out at one of the tables and wait for us. And Trey and I had a great time going to the sing-along. And I love that it was a live show because there weren't that many of them this time. And it was awesome. So I was tickled to be able to do that.
I was doing a recording. Someone asked about hidden gems, and that was a hidden gem. I'll call it a hidden gem because I think when it popped up, I didn't know it was coming. And then they're like, I don't know, what, a sing-along? I don't know about this. Oh my gosh, it's so entertaining, isn't it?
Yeah, and thankfully, it's not just the story of the princesses. They have the other people in there that are kind of making jokes and a little bit edgy because the female character really likes all the princes.
Yeah.
So I think it was a hidden gem. I'm with you on that.
I wouldn't skip that one. Yeah, absolutely. Good job. All right. Can we go eat again?
Yes, please. Yeah, because we had a really good day at Animal Kingdom.
Oh yeah, this is one of the good ones.
I had the Tree of Life cupcake that was so good. I'm not sure why I have a mistake in there. If you see it on there, I put green milk in there, but it was the Tree of Life cupcake that I had.
Well, you're kind of a cupcake connoisseur, right? You're a professional cupcake maker.
Well, I mean, I sell cupcakes on the side. I don't know if that makes me a professional, but
that would actually.
Well, thank you. And carrot cake is one of my favorites, regardless. But this was this carrot cake cupcake that had a cinnamon buttercream and a white chocolate tree of life on the top, and then a little pumpkin. Like I said, I don't know what that chewy stuff was. Chewy, not sticky like a marshmallow, but chewy and kind of soft, but not really a cake pop because it was, I don't know, it was delicious.
All I heard was carrot cake because I'm a big fan of the carrot cake cookie. So
yeah, we didn't have that this time, and I think they have a pause on that while they have the red velvet ones out, but then there was also cream cheese, like a pecan cream cheese filling in the cupcake. So it was just delicious.
Where'd you get that?
At the Creature Comforts, the Starbucks right inside Animal Kingdom.
Yeah, gotcha.
I was trying to make it to somewhere else. I forget what our plan was, but Trey was complaining about how hungry he was. And so I'm like, fine, we're going here. And I'm like, I don't even know what they have because usually I have a plan going in. And so, but Starbucks we know. And anyway, so that
Disney
was
World.
a surprise.
Disney World is a place of extremes, isn't it? Hunger, like you're stuffed or starving.
Yes. Yeah. Almost all the time. I was excited too about the cupcake because Glenn didn't know about this one. So I was able to show him something that he didn't know, which felt nice since he was helping me so much. So
that's true about Disney World.
Yeah, it was a surprise for sure.
Can't know it all.
Yeah. Only thing I didn't
with your two boys, you did Nomad Lounge?
Yes.
That is impressive.
Well, I wanted
one
what
for
I
Mom.
was hoping. Yeah, well, I was hoping that we would sit outside and be able to watch the barges because we really love the cavalcades. And
were they coming by there at the Nomad Lounge?
Yeah.
That's super.
I heard that you could see them going by. So that was my plan. And my son, Trey, he's on 3 anticonvulsant medications and it makes him hot. So he was, even in like 75 degrees and beautiful, he was getting too hot and hungry. And so I'm like, I said something about Tiffin's and Nathan said, well, what's that place? Or I forget even how we ended up there. It wasn't really planned. It was kind of like one of those things if we could pull it off because they were taking reservations and I couldn't get one. But we went up and did the whatever that's called when you just tell them you're there and you try to get on the waiting list and they were able to seat us right away.
At the lounge.
So, at the lounge.
Yeah. You went outside there?
Well, that was the hope, but they ended up seating us inside.
Okay.
At a huge table for like 8 for the 3 of us. So,
can you get plenty to eat there?
Not really. They had sliders that we didn't get. Like I think aren't the pork ribs or the short ribs at Tiffin's are one of the meals, right? One of the good meals inside.
Yes.
So my guess is they used the leftovers to make these sliders in the Nomad Lounge, which was fine. We didn't order those though. We got the bread service and the churros. And I think there were 4 items on the menu and then, many drinks you could get.
Yes, that is one of the benefits of Nomad Lounge. They got some signature ones there.
Yes. And I had the Botarita that was very good. But then we got the bread service and then the churros, which had this strawberry chili dipping sauce. It was kind of reminiscent of the sauce on the Tonga toast, not to go back to it, but I will. But it had a little kick at the end. So that was lovely. So we had a good time in there. Trey had a terrible time, but Nathan and I had a lovely time.
How's the bread service there?
It's good. I'm a little bit spoiled because my brother-in-law is West Indian, and so his mother would make roti for us. So I found the roti to be not as good as how a West Indian mother would make it, but it was all very. I loved all of it. They had a red pepper hummus, they had a spiced coriander yogurt, and then they had this ginger pear chutney that I really liked. And then you could eat it either with the roti, tortilla chips, or focaccia bread. So it was a win for me.
I'm all about that. I love the sauces and the dipping. A little bread and sauce dipping. I'm good to go, and a nice drink.
Right. You can beat it. And Nathan was embarrassed to order his Lily Gorilli drink, so I ordered it for him, but it was like strawberry puree and Sprite, and he was in heaven.
Oh, good.
So, yeah.
Good job. I love that. And Satuli Canteen, is that a favorite, you guys?
Well, we like the blueberry cream cheese mousse. Trey really,
Oh, yeah.
Trey hadn't eaten anything because he pretty much had his head down the whole time we were at the Nomad Lounge, just complaining, cooling off. So I allowed it, but he was not happy. So he got the cheese quesadilla meal there. We got the mousse. The funny thing about that, though, is we ate at the Nomad Lounge, and then we went to Navi River to get time to go back and ride it, and then we went to eat at the we got our mousse and our quesadilla at Santorini Canteen. Then when we were done, we went back on, and I wrote about this further in my notes, but I was looking around. I just seen Avatar the morning before we left for the airport. And so I was looking around at the area just of Pandora at how beautiful it was, not really paying attention, following the boys. And Trey gets us right in line, and they scan his magic band, and they're like, well, that's weird. It's not coming up. Like, well, they told us to come back at 1:06. And so they're like, well, just go ahead and they'll scan you. When they scan you in the next time, I'm sure it'll work. So we walk in, and as we're walking, I'm like, this is kind of familiar. And we get to the end of the queue, and I'm like, we are at Flight of Passage. We are not at the Navi River journey. So we went on the wrong ride. And the guy, by the time we got, and there was, the line, I think that was maybe the longest line of any of the parks, but it was still only 45 minutes. And so he was like, just go, so he let us right in. And I was embarrassed, and Nathan was embarrassed, and Trey, he doesn't care. So and that's my favorite ride in all the parks. So I was pumped to just kind of walk right on it after I got over being embarrassed. So
why is that your favorite? That's your favorite ride?
Favorite ride. I love that and it's funny because I've never seen the movie, but I love that you can kind of feel the banshee breathing underneath you, and you see and smell, and it just feels very freeing to me, like magic. So I love it.
We hear that. That's not uncommon. So perfect.
Yeah, and I've never been on a Navi River ride. I thought it was a water ride the last time we went. I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to get all wet. I thought it was like a rapids kind of soaked, but obviously not. So then we ended up just using the pass and getting right on that ride, the Navi River journey, and those were the two rides we were most looking forward to at Animal Kingdom, and we hit them back to back super quick because there was literally no wait for either of them.
Beautiful. Any other highlights from this is your last day, isn't it, in the parks?
It was. Yeah. Well, I wanted to do the safari right away in the morning when the animals were most active, and we had a great time on that too. We had an ostrich that was like refusing to get out of the way of our safari vehicle, and so we got to hang out with an ostrich for a while. So that was interesting. The boys love Expedition Everest, and so we rode that. I think that we were in the front. Nathan was in the very front. Because the other funny thing about us when we travel or when we go to any amusement park is that there's obviously always three of us. So Nathan always rides by himself. And I would, in my mind, I guess in my planning the first time, I assumed the boys would ride together, and me, as the parent would kind of be the loner. But Nathan loves being by himself and just kind of in the front when he can. And so to be on his favorite ride in the front was awesome for him.
So I'm looking at some of the regular questions we ask, and just searching through some things we might not have covered yet. But I asked this question: do you have a routine you do every trip? And you say something different than what I normally get here. Do you see your notes there?
Oh yeah, that I plan. I plan so much. That's the most routine thing that we do. So I think that I struggled with this question because we do ride all the same rides every time. We and then add the new ones, of course. There are things we don't always ride, like Winnie the Pooh and things like that we either don't like or we've outgrown, or we'll do if we've got time for.
People mostly say on the podcast, like the number one thing I hear as a tip is don't overplan.
Yeah, I know. And I wrote that. I've heard people say that, and I completely disagree.
Tell me why.
Politely. And growing up, my dad would say, fail to plan, plan to fail. And so I try to plan, but then be flexible once we get there.
You're actually saying the same thing, I think, actually, in the end.
Yeah, probably. But I think that even if you don't because I have spreadsheets and I use the touring plan from, like I buy the touring plans just to compare sometimes. And so it's ridiculous, really, maybe neurotic, but I like the idea of having lots of plans in place, or the potential of these plans, and then finding other things that you've never found before and modifying those plans. But in case you don't find that thing that's going to change your plans, I like the idea of having something structured in there so you're not wasting time.
And you have plan B, C, D. Sounds like.
I do.
Which I think that you're kind of saying the same thing. I think, yeah, you got to be flexible once you get.
For sure.
I think the problem is, like, Lindsay and I were in line early in the morning to take the boat over to Magic Kingdom. This woman was there with like 10 kids, grandparents, first time there, and she had a 3-ring binder of all her plans, and it looked like she was going to get neurotic about it. That's what I'm concerned with.
So I will say that the first time I went with my then husband to Disney was our honeymoon, and I had a little clipboard, like a 5x7 clipboard that I was carrying around with me that had our itinerary on it. So, not a binder, but I did have a binder for our wedding. So I think I can relate to that woman, but I think but you're right. If you get too caught up in that, you miss the magic. And so I just want to make sure that we're thinking about opportunities to find the magic. But if we find better magic somewhere else, then we go that way. So
I think you're doing an awesome job.
Well, thank you.
Wow. I think we covered a lot here. Is there anything that we missed, Elise?
Not that I can think of. I will tell you, with the exception of that, potentially that solo trip for me, yeah. I'm not going to go back, I don't think, until the dining plan is back. Okay. Because that, especially, and I know some people don't get their money's worth, but now with 2 teenage boys, I feel like the dining plan is made for us.
Yeah, no, we've always said when people ask about the dining plan, it really does depend on your family.
Yeah.
You found the same thing to be true.
Right, and those experiences that you get with the dining plan, like the good seats at Fantasmic or the River of Lights, all those things that go along with it. Yeah, those are nice too. So I mean, it was different being there during the pandemic, but it was still great. And if you don't think about what you're missing, there's still so much that there is there to enjoy. But there's a lot of those little things that, like afternoon tea at the Grand Floridian. Yeah. That's one of my favorites. And that's not, there's a lot of those things that aren't happening, but it was sort of a time to be a park purist. Yeah, definitely. Do you have any, I mean, you're such a great planner. You've been your experience. You have any tips that you tell your friends? Is someone that asks you, is there anything that besides plan? I think, plan, but enjoy. And I think that's true too. And I think you've talked about it on your podcast too, that people, there's such enjoyment in the planning of it, that if that's what's fun for you too, definitely do it, but I think everybody should go. I think some people are against it because they think it's for kids or whatever, or they don't want to take their kids because they're too little. I do think there's some truth to that. I don't know why people take like itty bitties. Good for more power to them if that's fun for them. But that just seems like moving all the work that you do at home to someplace else. I don't know. I just think you should do it. You should think about it, about planning on going from morning until night, because doing something, not just sitting in your room. I also think moleskin is greatly underrated, but very important.
Moleskin, yeah. Yeah, care for your feet.
Yeah. So that might be something I say, like wear good shoes, wear your moleskin. You'll know where you need it. So
you had 9 pages of notes here, and thank you so much for putting the work in. But the last 2 questions, I want to finish up with this. You kind of said this a little bit, but I asked something you didn't know before the trip, either you found out in your research or stumbled onto while you were there. And then I also ask, is there anything else to add? Can you cover the things that you just mentioned here?
It's kind of making me a little bit weepy, but I'll try.
We don't mind weepy.
Yeah. So it was nice to find a community of people who are like Disney fanatics, like I am, who can help with issues that come along and give tips, and it make me feel a little bit more like not normal, because I do feel mostly normal, but I am such a fan and I'm such a planner that there's not, I don't know anyone else personally like me who's so detailed in their planning. I so much appreciate that, and just the kindness of the community. And you mentioned it a little bit at the very beginning about how the boys and I have gone through a terrible time. It's nice to know that there's a group of nice people around who like what I like and who are just kind and willing to share and excited about things that I'm excited about. And it was a nice distraction. I wish I would have known about it 7 years ago when all of these terrible things started with my ex-husband, but it would have been nice to have kind of an escape like this, but it's nice to have it now, to be part of a virtual community that's just so wonderful. And I hope someday it's not just virtual for me, that I'll meet the people in real life. So I'm grateful, and I thank you for that.
And I'm getting a little choked up myself here listening to you say that. And I think you're going to make some more friends by trusting us and sharing that story with us. And we really appreciate that. We hope to be that for you as you continue. And even more so, you've only just found us. So.
Yeah, not even a month yet.
I hope this is a long time commitment for all of us. And well, you found Glenn Kessler. I mean, they're not all like him. but they're pretty darn close. So
Star Wars was so important for this trip in particular that the stars really aligned in my awesome. Virtual meeting of Glenn. So that was wonderful.
Well, the other thing I'm going to do, Elise, is get you into the Super Geek Club. Send me a picture, and I'm going to introduce you to the Super Geeks. We have another private Facebook group just for people who have been guests on the show. So I'm going to get you into that immediately, and. I'm excited for you, and I can't wait to meet you in the park soon. All right. So yeah, I think you're going to stay in touch, but definitely keep in touch with us. All right.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejado de las puertas.
Again, welcome, Elise, to the Geekin family. Thanks for giving us your trip report, and I'm glad you're getting lots of support from the Geekin family. That's the one big thing I love about our group. We support each other. You guys supported me. Boy, this last year, I was counting my blessings. I like to do that at the end of the year. Looking into the new year, I am so grateful for you geeks. You guys supported us throughout the year. We supported each other. We're getting back into the parks, and I'm really hopeful for the new year. Thanks for supporting me on patreon.com if you'd like to do that. I've had some new ones recently this past week. Thank you so much. Patreon.com. Look for Geekin on WW. You can make a monthly donation to the show. Thanks for supporting Mama and Auntie Judy and EJ and Jennifer and their Jiminy Society. Good friends of ours there too. And thanks for all the intros you guys did for me. I had a bunch of them here at the end. That one Amy did, I have been holding back. You notice it was about Christmas cookies because I've got a few more that have come in. But it's fun. If you would like to do an intro for us, just tell us your name, where you're from, a fun Disney World fact about yourself. Then you go Geekin on Walt Disney World with Curtis and the whole Geekin family. You can email me at kurt.stone@geekinonwdw.com. We've been doing a bunch of Zoom calls every week, and it's supposed to be the Geekin family reunion planning meetings, which is actually turning out to be that. We're not just talking, but part of the reason is to get to know each other virtually on the Zoom calls. We've had 14, 15, 16 people per session. I'm going to do it again this week. Look in the private Facebook group for that Zoom session happening this week, probably in the middle of the week. Looking forward for that G3 meeting, February 2021. I'll be there on Thursday, February 18th, Friday. I'll be in Hollywood Studios. Saturday, I'll be in Magic Kingdom, and most everyone will be there at those same parks during those days, even though we got the park hopping going Sunday in Epcot. So looking forward to the Grand Geekin Gathering. I see a lot of people getting excited for that. So we'll see you real soon. The new year is here. We're getting close on our countdown. I've been thinking about the goals for the upcoming year. Don't forget, we have a Pooh to Tigger Facebook group where people support healthy, active goals. Like our running team is in there talking about all their great accomplishments in running and the Run Disney events. And weight loss, that's my thing. I was down 20 pounds. I put up a little bit during the holidays. So I'm going to be looking to lose that weight the first part of this year, getting into G3. Hopefully get back to that 20 pounds I was down last year. I should be able to get there pretty easily. If you like to lose some weight here in the new year, come join us and we'll support you there through that private Facebook group. That's the Pooh to Tigger lifestyle. So message me if you'd like to get into that. Last year, my theme was to contribute to the happiness of others. I think I did. I was really reviewing that. I think I did a pretty good job. I like supporting people. This year, my theme, I've been reading some books during my little break here, and this little one came up just the other day, and I thought I'd commit to being the kind of person who supports others when they need it. So that's it's kind of similar to my last year one, but supporting others, that's what we like to do here on the podcast. That's what our listeners do for each other. I like to do that in my personal work at my day job, and to look for those opportunities when, you can just do a little. It doesn't have to be something big. It can be something big, but it can be something little where you're just being positive for somebody, answering a question for someone, or just cheering somebody up with a smile. So that's my theme for this year. I will try to be true to that all year. I'm going to keep it in front of me all year long. Try to be the kind of person who supports others when they need it. I'm going to look for those opportunities to see if I sense somebody needs a little pickup. So that's what I'm doing this year. I hope you have a theme and a goal for the year that you're reaching out for. And I've got hope for this year. I hope you do too. And as always, I thank you for going geeking on Walt Disney World with us. We've got a positive group here. We're always trying to keep it positive. We really appreciate you listening and geeking with us every single day. We love you, geeks. Have a magical year. And I hope all your dreams come true this year.
Sure.
Hey Siri, turn off Judy's light.
You did it.
I've been wanting to do that all day.
You did it.
Hey Siri,
Oh,
turn on Judy's light. She's laughing her head off.
that's magical.
Why he gave it to you.
We tried to do it when we were driving.
But I tried when I got home. It was off. Did you turn the light off when you were home before?
No.
All right, then I did turn it off from your driveway
Really?
because it was off when I got home.
That's all right. Where's Grogu?
Oh my God, that is so cute.
I know.
You got to have him come on the show.
Good stuff. All right,
He
we're gonna
will.
sing. We gotta sing "Happy Birthday" to Deirdre.
Oh, well, I'm not going to sing.
Nice.
We'll have Grogu say something.
All right, ready to get going? Where's my thing? Whoop, there it is. What's that one? What in the world was that?
The Force.
Oh, the Force? He's got the Force?
He's laughing now.
Nice. Burping. All right. Keep your baby quiet.
No, I like him. He's great. Groot.
All right,
I
it's
am
time.
But it was this guy who had come in dressed to the nines, like
okay.
Mr. Dapper Dan, from head to toe with the three-piece suit, the shiny shoes, the jewelry, the whole thing going on. And he's at a table by himself. And I'm not going to be able to get it out.
Go ahead.
Well, he was sitting by himself, and just Mr. I don't know what he was.
Perfect.
He was like that.
Joe
not
Cool.
Mr. Perfect,
Joe
but
Cool.
Mr. Mr. The everything, and I know, I'm so bad at telling stories when I gotta laugh like this, but I didn't cut this all out. I couldn't even do. Just forget it.
We'll come back for the story. Margie,
I want to hear it.
Judy, Mama is so embarrassing to me when people fall. Like,
No, it's not when they fall. I don't laugh at them when because they fall. But okay,
get it together.
Go ahead.
Yep. I'm going to tell it because I'll lose it again. I'll tell it another time.
No, you got to tell it now.
How am I going to tell it? It's going to sound so stupid because I'm laughing too hard.
No, it's good. It's good. Do it.
Okay. Got him right at the very end.
You press his little head, and then sometimes he says one thing, and sometimes he says 4 or 5 things.
Curtis, you got to cut that all that ridiculous laughing. Or make it a blooper. Don't put it in there because they're going to think I'm crazy.
Maybe I'll put the whole thing in the bloopers, but I'll just play. I'll cut a little bit out of. I'll cut the full. I'll keep a little bit of laughing. Maybe.
It's embarrassing because I laugh. I don't want people to think that I'm laughing because you are falling down, but I am.
You are.
I don't know.
It's just.
Whatever.
What Tony Ann was saying too is that if it's a Disney restaurant, they're really good about spacing you out. But if they're like, she said Morimoto's, she said they're seating at every table. There was no spacing out.
And Disney Springs, yeah.
Yeah, she said if it's not a Disney-owned restaurant, they
do what they want, right?
It's what they want. But Disney's
someone else told me that.
More careful, yeah.
All right, I gotta go. See you. Bye.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.